Ikaw ba ay pamilyar sa Cpes?
Ano nga ba ang Cpes?
Sa videong ito ating alamin kung ano nga ba ang Cpes.
Cpes is a system of grading the performance of a constructors for a specific kind of infrastructure projects using a set of criteria. Ito ay may apat na legal na basihan. Una, RA 9184 or the Government Procurement Reform Act. Nakasaad sa Section 12, Annex E of the IRR requires all procuring entities implementing government infrastructure projects to evaluate the performance of their contractors using the NEDA-approved Cpes guidelines. Pangalawa, RA 10601 or the Agricultural and Fisheries Mechanization Law. Nakasaad sa Section 24, Rule 24.3.1a states that the Philippine Council for Agriculture and Fisheries or PCAF shall be the DA Cpes implementing unit.
Pangatlo, DA Special Order No. 861 Series of 2018, creation of the DA Cpes implementing unit under the PCAF. Panghuli, DA Department Circular No. 01 Series of 2019, Guidelines for the Implementation of Constructor's Performance Evaluation System or Cpes at the Department of Agriculture or DA.
Sa ilalim ng mandato, nakasaad sa Section 12 ng Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations ng RA 9184 ay nag-uutos sa pagkuha ng mga procuring entity na suriin ang pagganap ng kontratista gamit ang mga alintuntunin ng Constructor's Performance Evaluation System na inaprubahan ng NEDA at isama ang budget para sa pagpapatupad ng Cpes.
Upang magtatag ng Cpes implementing unit sa kanilang mga opisina, ahensya, korporasyon at gamitin ang mga rating ng Cpes para sa mga sumusunod na layunin. Una,
Pre-qualification eligibility screening.
pangalawa, awarding of contracts,
Pangatlo, project monitoring and control.
pang-apat, issuance of certificate of completion,
Panglima, policy formulation or review.
pang-anim, industry planning,
At pangpito, granting of incentive awards and in adopting measures to further improve performance of contractors in the prosecution of government projects.
Ano nga ba ang layunin ng Cpes?
The Cpes was developed in order to establish a uniform set of criteria for rating the performance of constructors. It was also developed a centralized base of information on performance rating of constructors for licensing, pre-qualification, quality improvement, and other purposes of government agencies, project owners, and other interested parties.
And lastly, contribute in ensuring that infrastructure projects are conformed with the specified requirements of its project owners. Oh, really, friend? By the way, what is the scope of Cpes?
The guidelines shall be used in the performance evaluation of constructors undertaking government infrastructure project as follows. Local constructors licensed by and registered with the Philippine Constructors Accreditation Board, foreign constructors licensed by the PCAB, and
Joint ventures and consortia licensed by the PCAB. So sino-sino yung mga taong involved sa pag-implement ng Cpes?
alam mo Besh, may 3 taong napabilang dito. Una, yung Cpes Implementing Unit. Sila ay responsable para sa pagpapatupad ng Cpes. Pangalawa naman ay ang Constructors Performance Evaluators. Ito ay tumutukoy sa isang individual or grupo ng mga evaluator na kinikilala ng PDCB ng SIAP na naaatasang magsagawa at pagganap pagsusuri ng proyekto ng isang tagabuo gamit ang mga alituntunin ng Cpes at mga kinakailangan sa pagsusuri ng industriya ng konstruksyon. At panghuli, SIAP's PDCB. Sila ang dapat magtatag ng Cpes Central Data Bank at magpanatili ng mga ugnayan sa mga kinauukulang ahensya upang matiyak na napapanahon at tuloy-tuloy ang pagsusumite ng mga napatunayang kopya ng natapos na form ng pagsusuri ng Cpes at upang mapadali ang pagbabahagi ng impormasyon sa mga gumagamit ng data ng Cpes. Oo na, alam ko na. Magtatanong ka naman sa mga aspeto.
Nakapag-research din ako, no? Alam ko yan.
Sige nga.
During constructions with a weight of 60% for horizontal projects such as road, bridge, port and harbor, irrigation, and flood control, water supply and sewerage, mooring facilities for power barges, site development, etc., and 70% for vertical projects such as housing and building, power transmission line, substation, and diesel power plant. And upon completion, with a weight of 40% for horizontal projects such as road, bridge, port and harbor, irrigation and flood control, water supply and sewerage, mooring facilities for power barges, site development and etc., and 30% for vertical projects such as housing and building, power transmission line, substation, and diesel power plant.
At ito naman ang mga criteria for evaluation during construction, upon completion. Kanina, napaliwanag ko kung sino yung mga taong involved sa pag-implement ng Cpes. Ngayon naman, ang kani-kanilang organisasyon at mga tungkulin. Sa Cpes Implementing Unit Organization, napabilang dito ang Unit Supervisor, Technical Personnel at Administrative Personnel. Ang mga sumusunod ay ang kani-kanilang mga tungkulin.
Wow! Nakakamangha! Ibig bang sabihin nun na pwede ka na maging isang evaluator?
Hindi din, friend. May mga qualification na dapat sundin. Tulad ng, all Cpes evaluators shall be accredited by the CIAP based on the minimum qualifications as follows. Una, dapat licensed engineer or architect ka. Pangalawa, must have at least 5 experience in the actual implementation of the project. In full enjoyment of his or her civil rights, must not have been convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude or of any other crime for which the penalty imposed upon him or her is over 6 months of imprisonment. Willing to undergo all screening requirements and accreditation course for Cpes evaluators to be conducted by the CIAP's PDCB or any of its accredited training institutions. Aside from that, may mga procedure and requirements for renewal of CPE accreditation tulad ng mga sumusunod.
Talaga ba? Ano naman yung mga documents required for evaluation?
Ay, simple lang besh. Kailangan lang ng IO supplied documents, constructor's project engineer supplied documents such as project logbook, updated records of tests and results and materials quality control program monitoring reports, at other related reports.
Forms?
Yes, Cpes evaluation form and cover sheet to be used by the CPE is contained in Annex 8 and this shall be reproduced by the Cpes implementing unit for distribution to all CPEs concerned prior to site visits. First part, the cover sheet.
Second part, rating sheet during construction. Third part, rating sheet upon completion and summary sheet. Wait, sandali. Ano yung Cpes checklist?
Napabilang sa checklist na to ang checklist for workmanship, materials, time, facilities, environmental safety and health or ESH, at ang checklist for resources deployment. Car, sasakyan,
Loko, hindi. Corrective action request yan. The CPE shall issue cars to the constructor for each finding of non-conformance. Using the form attached as Annex 9, the IO shall approve and monitor the implementation of the corrective action plan submitted by the constructor.
O, ito pa, Constructor's Performance Summary Report. Dapat iproseso at ibuod ng mga CPE evaluators ang lahat ng kanilang natuklasan sa proyekto sa Constructor's Performance Summary Report ng Annex 10 at isusumiti ito sa Cpes Implementing Unit. Ang Implementing Unit naman ng Cpes ay susuriin at isa sa pinalang ulat bago isumite sa CIAP at iba pang mga departamento sa loob ng ahensya para sa data banking at iba pang layunin. Totoo ba itong uses and benefits niya?
Yes, of course, eligibility check, Pursuant to Item 4, Section 23.11.2 of the IRR of the RA number 9184, Cpes rating and/or certificate of completion and owner's acceptance must at least be satisfactory.
Shortlisting. Pursuant to Section 54.2 of the IRR of RA 9184, constructors with Cpes rating of at least satisfactory may be considered in the shortlist of eligible constructors to be invited for negotiation. And lastly, post-qualification. Pursuant to Section 34.b of the IRR of RA number 9184, Cpes rating shall be used in the review of technical capabilities of a constructor bidder, must not have a 0 rating for time for ongoing projects, and must not have at least satisfactory in all of their ongoing projects.
Ang galing! Ang dami kong natutunan sa Cpes.
Oo, magagamit mo talaga yan lalo na sa structures.
Maraming salamat!
Walang anuman.